So you say you never had glutes? And you
I
have
did not.
this type of, wow.
Yeah, I did not have glutes. Naturally, I don't have a lot of muscle right there. And I think that's the case with a lot of people. You know, we don't naturally have a lot of muscle there. And because of all the time we spend sitting, you know, you don't really work that area. So I spent, you know, the last few years kind of researching how to grow your glutes, and I reference Brett Contreras a lot. He's got awesome information, and I kind of use a lot of his information to come up with my plans for myself.
So lightweight versus heavyweight, what do you recommend?
I recommend a little of everything. I think, so for me, for example, let's say I'm doing a full body workout. I tend to do lighter weight, and you know, I'll do resistance training and things like that with the bands, resistance bands. And then maybe on another day, I'm gonna do some heavier stuff. So like I've gone up to 405 on hip thrusts, which is very heavy, but your glutes can handle a lot of weight.
So how many reps is that when you do heavy weights?
I could do probably 10 reps. I think when I started doing 405, it just depends on the weight. But if you're doing, if you're really going for like max weight, then if you get 6 reps, you're good, you know? Try to get like 6 to 8. And then the next time, it's not going to be as hard, and you'll be able to get, you know, a little bit more. So I try to work my way up. But then there's other things like, for example, shoulders. I never do heavy weight. I don't want to injure my shoulders. I don't want my shoulders to get huge. I hardly ever work arms. I'll do, you know, one set of like 15 reps of something, and then I'll end it, because obviously females are going to have more, you know, different goals than men most of the time.
It's all about the glutes.
Yeah, it's about the glutes and toning up our legs and maybe, you know, tightening the abs and stuff. But we don't want to get giant upper bodies. So I do tend to keep it light on the upper body workouts. And for lower body, like I said, just a lot of variation from, you know, resistance bands to heavy weights, kind of everything in between.
Okay. So what are the tip about, you know, can you give us like a tip to grow glutes?
To grow glutes? Well, if you're going to grow any muscle, you do have to eat enough. So I think that's where some people
try to just
fail.
Yeah, exactly.
Is they're not eating enough. So they do these workouts, and then they go home and they're eating a salad or something like that. And first of all, you're not going to have energy to have a good workout if you're not eating enough calories. So you got to eat calories. You have to, you know, you have to work glutes a lot, actually. So Brett Contreras recommends 35 sets a week.
35 sets a week.
35 sets, yeah. Well, you know, kind of common knowledge is something like 20, you know, mid-20s is the range that you want to do. But Brett Contreras, kind of, who is, if you guys don't know, like very, very well known in the glute world.
Who's it?
Brett Contreras.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like the glute building king.
Really?
He's got a place in San Diego. The Glute Lab is his place. Yeah, I've never been there, but I watch his videos and stuff, and I get a lot of ideas from him. And yeah, he, you know, basically your glutes can handle a lot more than other parts of your body because they're made to be used all the time. So if you do 35, 36 sets, something like that per week.
Wow, that's the key. 35. Wow, 35
Yeah.
glute different exercises per week.
Yeah, I do weights every other day for glutes.
Every other day?
Every other day.
And how many, so per day, how many different exercises for your glute?
When I'm doing just an isolated glute workout, not a full body, if I'm just doing glutes, I'll do 6 different exercises, all for glutes.
And four sets?
Yeah, it depends. It depends. If it's a real heavy thing, like sometimes with hip thrusts, if I'm going heavy, then I'm going to do 3 sets, maybe 10 to 12 reps. On other things, like if I'm doing Bulgarian split squats with no weight, then maybe I'll do 12 to 15 reps and 4 sets. So I just kind of, switch it up so that it's not always the same. Some days it's light, some days it's heavy. You want to always keep your body guessing. And
Do you change up like different exercise? Do you keep with like one type of exercise per month, 2 months? Do you change it? Is there a cycle to it?
I don't really cycle it. I just kind of, what I do pretty much is I walk in the gym and I see, okay, what is available right now? Because there's nothing worse than having your whole workout planned out and then you get to the gym and
Everything's taken.
Everything's taken, yeah. You have to be able to just switch it up kind of on the fly. So that's what I do. I go in, I just look around, okay, what's open, and I build my workout that way. But that's come after years and years of working
Training
out.
and know what it actually does.
Yeah, so you want to learn, okay, if I'm working this body part, what are all the different options that I could possibly utilize for that body part? And then that way when you go in the gym, it doesn't matter if somebody's on something, you just go and do something else and then maybe go back to it later or entirely change the exercise.
Oh, so cardio versus heavyweight. What do you recommend?
I love doing cardio. High intensity interval cardio is something that is like unparalleled when it comes to fat loss. So if you're trying to really shred and burn body fat, high intensity intervals are such a huge factor in being able to do that. So like doing sprints, Tabata, like we were talking about. I like to do the spin bike, and it's just more of a low impact thing. So I used to do sprints on the treadmill, and then my knees were getting sore. It just is not as good on your joints. So if you do, you can do sprints on the bike, you can do sprints with the rowing machine. There's a lot of other options.
So you do do you do 2-to-1 ratio?
Yes. So it'll be a 20-second sprint with a 10-second recovery, and you can kind of cycle, so you can do like 10 of those, and then maybe some flat road for 3 minutes or something like that to kind of recover, and then go into your sprints again.
And do you do that after workout?
I do. Yeah, I like to do that at the end of. And it's not really great to do high intensity intervals every single day. It does tax your central nervous system a little bit. So they say doing it every other day is ideal.
Okay.
So one thing I do like to do is switch it up with long distance endurance cardio. So I'll do high intensity intervals one day, and then the next day I'll do a long distance endurance, which will be something like 40 minutes flat road something, or 40 minutes of the Stairmaster. The Stairmaster is one of my favorite cardio machines. Yes, especially for glute building. It burns body fat and it doesn't burn your muscle. So
Let me go to the bathroom.
okay.
Jbravo.
구독, 좋아요.